What's up, everyone? It's Hey John, and I jabber opportunities nonstop. And today we're seeing a rout in the cryptocurrency markets as a whole. And of course, we're seeing EGC being affected, but it isn't as bad as you really think it is. So let's go ahead and check it all out, folks. I wanted to start the video off today because I've been calling for altcoin season, and we were literally there for about 1 day and possibly a half. And then all of a sudden we are currently at 49. So altcoin season is officially back on the shelf. And case in point, we will get into the reasoning and the rationales as to why. Let's go ahead and go over the cryptocurrency market as a whole. We can see Bitcoin is down 9.7% for the week. Ethereum down 13.26%. BNB 11.9%. Cardano 4%. Solana 6.59, XRP 11.55, Luna 8.17, Polkadot 18.53, Dogecoin 20.95, Avalanche 18.12, Polygon 17.74. Do I need to go on? We're seeing Bitcoin dominance increase to 40.44. Last time it was around 39.89. We're seeing about a 0.5% increase in Bitcoin dominance. And we're seeing all the altcoins showing more degradation than Bitcoin itself. So what's going on, folks? Why is Bitcoin down? Why is the cryptocurrency market down as a whole? Well, as you know, Mother Russia has decided to ban Bitcoin. And to me, this is no surprise because the Kremlin wants to keep everything for themselves because they don't want Mother Russia to use cryptocurrency because they want to keep everything centralized. And of course, I don't want to get political, but we're also seeing Russia on the border of Ukraine and things are looking tense there. And this is a point of contention because Russia wants to control their part of the world. And if you control your part of the world, guess what? If you are a quote unquote not a democracy where you can vote someone in or out, then you want to make sure you control the money supply. And how can you do that? By banning Bitcoin, one of the most prominent and the most well-known cryptocurrency in the world. Now, we've seen China ban Bitcoin as well. And as you know, Bitcoin recovered and went to a new all-time high after all the FUD. So right now, even though we're seeing the headline saying Russia is banning Bitcoin, etc., to me, that is not necessarily a bad thing because these are countries that have central powers and they do not have any voting process. So these people are kept in place because it is a threat to their seat and power. Case in point, they want to make sure they protect theirs. And in order to do so, you need to have control. Now I want to explain why altcoin season is no longer in effect because it is measured by the top 50 altcoins compared against Bitcoin, and currently the top 50 are all lower in terms of percentage down than Bitcoin. Everything is going down, but the altcoins are moving down faster and harder. Now, I did want to emphasize that when China banned Bitcoin, what happened? The Chinese miners, they literally relocated to different countries like Kazakhstan, Texas, all around the world. Was there a major impact on Bitcoin? I would say no. What happened was that the retailers sold out at a loss and the Michael Saylors of the world continued to buy some more and hoard some more Bitcoin. And then we saw a new all-time high. And now we're seeing talks of Russia banning Bitcoin. So I suspect we will see another very similar news cycle where we will see retailers sell out. Meanwhile, the Michael Saylors of the world will continue to buy and hodl and hoard it. And then we will continue to see a new all-time high. But I did want to emphasize news cycle. So that means that this will be for some time before we see the next rise. It could be a few days, it could be a few weeks. It depends on how long the presses are going to press. But just know that this is literally a temporary effect. It's short-term. Long-term, Bitcoin is just fine. And if anything, this is a dip buying opportunity. And let me show you guys in the charts. So we can see Bitcoin liquidations was literally at $549 million yesterday. That is a significant amount sold. And the previous day was $226 million. So you can see for the past 2 days, we are seeing some immense selling pressure in Bitcoin. Therefore, we are pushing the price down. So now we are looking at the Bitcoin weekly time frame here. And I wanted to emphasize to you guys that we were literally in a long-term upward trend. And we finally broken down below it on January 3rd, 2022. And then the following week, January 10th, 2022, we were seeing a little bounce. And I was calling out in my videos that, hey, We need to crack the $45,388 uply week trend line if we want to regain the upward momentum. If we do not tap it and break out of it and show some continuation and some strength and confirmation, then that means we will break down further below. And now we are seeing the strong resistance of 40,859 getting broken down below. And now we are heading towards the $35,535 support line. If we get to the 35,000 support line and we do not bounce off it, then ladies and gentlemen, look forward to 30,000 again being tested. So we're seeing Bitcoin charting showing some weakness. We were in a literal long-term weekly uptrend line for literally many years, and we finally broken down below it, and we may be showing confirmation in the weeks to come. If that happens, then that means look towards 35,000 and 30,000 again to show some consolidation. If and when we get around there, you better believe people will come back and buy that dip. So in the interim, just be patient and have your dry powder ready to dollar cost average. Again, in my opinion, this is the best strategy because even though we're seeing all the cryptocurrency come down, Bitcoin is the one coming down the least. So this tells you that Bitcoin is one of the more stable cryptocurrencies, and it makes sense because we have the Michael Saylors of the world, Elon Musk, all hodling their Bitcoin. Here we are looking at Evergrow Coin from a daily perspective in the charts. We can see the current market cap is at $350 million. We lost about $50 million overnight. And now we're looking at the chart here and we can see we are clearly in a downward channel. Every time we test a midline, we test it and we break down below it. I did want to emphasize something here. The velocity, the trajectory of the Evergrow Coin chart is down very sharply. So this means that when you see a sharp downward trend, you're going to also see a sharp recovery because you're selling too fast. And when you sell too fast, you're creating more dip buying opportunities for folks. So where do I see this going, folks? So we broke down below the support of 7498, and we are possibly going back to 6783, which is another strong support. At 6743, this is going to be your high traffic zone. And if that breaks down below, look out for 544. That'll be your strongest support. Recently, we've been seeing a lot of FUD being thrown towards Evergrow Coin. With that being said, this FUD is not a good thing for Evergrow Coin, but as you know, the Evergrow Coin and the Evergrow army always recovers and they always do their best. And Evergrow Sam is one of the most transparent people I've seen in the space, and Evergrow Sam is paving the way for transparency in the cryptocurrency space. And we're seeing other projects now mimicking his transparency. While this may be no benefit to Evergrow Sam and the Evergrow Coin team, but for the crypto community as a whole, it is a fantastic and welcomed change. Now, we're seeing Evergrow Coin reverting back to their previous, guess what, supports. Do I think this is bearish? Absolutely not. I believe these will be dollar cost averaging opportunities. This is why I tell you guys to continue to dollar cost average, because you never know what news and what news cycle will come out that will affect cryptocurrency market as a whole. Now, if you told me the chart would say we would go here and there, I would say you are absolutely out of your mind. Nobody can predict the news cycle. The only ones that can are the ones that are pulling the strings. It is just that simple, folks. Now, charting is great for supports and resistance to know where we're going, to know where the trends are at. So for example, if you're in a downward trend, expect that when you buy a dip, do not expect a very strong pop. That's why you dollar cost average. Now, I know there are folks who are very good day traders, but let's be honest, folks. 95% of people fail day trading, and that's kind of why I go back to dollar cost averaging. It is a better strategy for the majority. And most importantly, for the love of God, make sure you do your own research about said project, about said individual running the projects. If you do not do that, then this tells me that you are literally day trading, and that's fine too. But just understand the difference between investing and day trading. Case in point, I've never sold any of my Dogecoin. Case in point, I've never sold any of my Bitcoin. Case in point, I've never sold any of my EGC, because these are projects I actually believe in. Now, whether or not you agree with me is another thing altogether. But my point being is that make sure you do your own due diligence to the best of your ability, because this will give you the diamond pause to hodl the project when things are going south and they are not looking good. When things are looking up and you see nothing but green candlesticks, it's easy to be confident, but you are also easily shaken out if you do not do your own research. The best way for you guys to support the channel is by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Get $250 in Bitcoin using my BlockFi link down below in the description. Get 2 free stocks courtesy of WEBULL. Get $25 in Crypto.com using my referral code down below. And most importantly, have an awesome day, stay safe, and I will catch you all on the next one.